Jessica's phone rang. It was her husband, Jay. "Jessica, come to Harris Restaurant right now. The whole family is waiting," he said quickly. She frowned. Harris was a fancy French restaurant, far too expensive. "What do you mean, the whole family?" she asked. "I invited everyone. It's a special night," Jay said proudly. "The bill will be around $10,000. I'll pay with your credit card." Before she could argue, he hung up. Jessica stared at her phone, shocked. He had taken her credit card without asking. But what Jay didn't know was that the card had been canceled weeks ago. Jessica sighed and grabbed her bag. Jay had always been careless with money, but this was the worst thing he had done. He really thought he could steal from her and get away with it? She wasn't going to let that happen. She took out a document from her drawer, proof that she had canceled the card. If Jay wanted to embarrass her, she was ready to fight back. With a determined look, she walked out the door. Tonight, she would show him the consequences of his actions. Jessica arrived at Harris Restaurant. The place was beautiful, with expensive chandeliers and soft music playing in the background. Jay sat at a table, looking smug. "Glad you made it," he said, sipping his drink. "I already ordered." Jessica sat across from him. "Did you think I wouldn't notice that you stole my credit card?" she asked, keeping her voice calm. Jay waved his hand like it didn't matter. "It's a wife's duty to support her husband," he said. "Jay," she said, leaning forward. "The card is canceled. How are you planning to pay?" Jay's confident smile faded. "That's not possible," he mumbled. "I took the card from your purse." Jessica pulled out the cancellation notice and slid it across the table. "Read it," she said. His face turned pale. "I left the canceled card in my purse on purpose," she added. "I knew you would steal it." The restaurant suddenly felt quiet. Jay swallowed hard. His hands trembled slightly as he looked at the document. "You're lying," he muttered, but even he didn't sound convinced. Jessica watched Jay's expression change from shock to fear. He was trapped. No card, no money. What was he going to do now? As if on cue, his phone buzzed. He glanced at it quickly, and Jessica noticed the panic in his eyes. She knew that look. Debt collectors. He had bigger problems than just tonight's dinner. "You're stuck, Jay," she said. "And now everyone's about to find out the truth." Before Jay could respond, his parents entered the restaurant. "Jay, what's going on?" his father asked, his voice firm. "You invited us all here, and now we hear there's a problem?" His mother's eyes darted between him and Jessica. Jessica took a deep breath. "Jay planned to pay for dinner with my credit card, but he stole it from my purse, and it doesn't work anymore," she explained. Jay's mother gasped. His father's face darkened. "Is this true?" he asked coldly. Jay looked around nervously. "It's a misunderstanding," he said quickly. Jessica shook her head. "No, it's not. The card was canceled a month ago. He has no way to pay for this dinner." His father turned to him. "Jay, were you trying to charge $10,000 to Jessica's card without her permission?" Jay opened his mouth, but no words came out. Jessica reached into her bag again. "And that's not all," she continued. "He's been using my money for months, to buy gifts for another woman." The whole room went silent. Jay's face turned red. "That's not true," he stammered. Jessica pulled out another document. "Luxury items, jewelry, perfume, all charged to my card," she said. "And I spoke to Mary, your girlfriend." Jay's father's hands clenched into fists. "You've been using your wife's money to spoil another woman?" he asked, voice shaking with anger. Jay's mother covered her mouth in shock. Relatives around them began whispering. Jay knew he was finished. "No," he mumbled weakly. But Jessica wasn't done yet. Jessica took out her phone and played a recording. Jay's voice filled the room. "I can't wait to get rid of Jessica. She's just a wallet to me. Then a woman's voice. Then hurry up and divorce her. The gasps in the room were loud. His mother's eyes filled with tears. His father's face was red with rage. You were planning to leave Jessica after using her money? His father growled. Jay slumped in his chair, unable to speak. Jessica watched as he realized his whole world was falling apart. Jay's father stood up. You are no longer my son, he said coldly. Jay's head snapped up. Dad, please. His father cut him off. You're fired from the company. His mother shook her head, tears streaming down her face. You've disgraced us, Jay. Jessica stood up and pulled a paper from her bag. And here's your divorce. I already filed it. Jay's hands shook as he stared at it. His life was collapsing right in front of him. Jessica turned to leave. Jay's voice broke. Jessica, wait. She didn't stop. She walked out of the restaurant, feeling free for the first time in years. Inside, Jay sat frozen, realizing he had lost everything. His wife, his money, his job, and his family's trust. But his problems were just beginning. Days later, Jessica's phone rang. Jay's name appeared on the screen. She sighed and answered. Jessica, please. His voice was desperate. I need help. I'm in trouble. She smirked. What's wrong? Debt collectors? He hesitated. Yes, he admitted. I have no money, no job. I don't know what to do. Jessica laughed softly. Sounds like a you problem, Jay. His breath hitched. Please, I'll change. She shook her head. You had your chance. She ended the call, feeling nothing but relief. Jay tried everything to fix his life, but nothing worked. No company wanted to hire him. His family refused to help. Even his so-called friends had abandoned him. He sent desperate messages to Mary, the woman he left Jessica for, but she never replied. He finally realized the truth. Mary had used him. Just like he had used Jessica, his debts kept piling up. Every time his phone rang, it was another debt collector demanding payment. He had no money, no job, and no way out. The walls of his life were closing in, and for the first time, Jay felt real fear. One night, Jay sat alone in his small apartment, staring at his phone. His hands trembled as he dialed Jessica's number. The phone rang, and to his surprise, she answered. Jessica, please, he said, his voice breaking. I have nothing left. No money, no job, no one to help me. I made a mistake. Please, just one more chance. There was silence on the other end. Then Jessica sighed. Jay, you did this to yourself. You used me, lied to me, and betrayed me. Now you're facing the consequences. Her words were calm, but they cut deeper than he expected. Jay's voice cracked. I swear I've changed. I realize my mistakes now. I'll be better. Just tell me what to do. Jessica shook her head, even though he couldn't see her. It's too late, Jay. There are no more second chances. I gave you plenty, and you threw them all away. Jay felt his throat tighten. Please, he begged, but Jessica was firm. I've moved on, and you need to accept that. I don't hate you, Jay, but I don't care about you anymore. Her words hit him harder than any punishment. Goodbye, Jay. Then, the line went dead. Jay sat in silence, staring at his phone. Jessica was really gone. His family had disowned him. He had no money, no love, no future. He had spent his whole life taking from others, believing he was above the rules. But in the end, he had lost everything. He thought he could control everyone around him, but now he was completely alone. The phone didn't ring again. No one messaged him. No one cared. Jay finally understood. This was his real punishment. Not prison, not fines, but a life where he was completely invisible. And it was all his own fault.